Hi, and welcome back. 7 unexpected traits of an INFP dark side. An INFP's dark side isn't easy to discover. They're an introverted personality type, so it can sometimes be hard to decipher how they feel at any given moment. Their 4 key personality traits are introversion, intuition, feeling, and perception. Moreover, this personality type is artistic and idealistic. Also, they're really caring and nurturing. INFPs are the people who wish to make the world a better place. You'd never think that a person like this would have a dark side to them, but here we are. No one's perfect, and it's okay to have a dark side to you. Everyone has it, but not everyone shows it. That's the difference. We all carry with us a dark side, and we can't do anything about it. The sooner we accept it and learn to live with it, the better. However, not all people will be pleased with what they get to see from our dark side. Sometimes it isn't a pretty sight, but it's what makes us who we are today. Humans are a puzzle, and each part of us is a small piece that fits perfectly. Therefore, even our dark sides and unenviable qualities are inevitable for being complete. Let's see what we can find out about the INFP's dark side and what it is that makes this personality type complete. Number 1. Lack of emotions. An INFP is known to come across as cold toward others, even those who only wish them the best. This is one of the dark sides of an INFP that affect them and others greatly. This introverted personality type can sometimes have a hard time dealing with emotions. Oftentimes, they can feel flooded with feelings. An INFP knows how to deal with them, but struggles to show consideration for other people. When they see someone in distress, they're more than eager to help, but just don't know how. They don't forge friendships that easily, and that's all right. Instead, they have a small group of close friends that they share their private lives with. Unlike extroverts, an INFP doesn't need a large group of friends to support them. All they need is a little wind at the back from someone close, and they're good to go. That said, when they get overwhelmed by something, they tend to just shut down to others. INFPs cut themselves off from the rest of the world and become engulfed by their dark side. Number 2. Blaming themselves. Another dark side of an INFP is pointing fingers at themselves. This personality type doesn't do well with failure and will blame themselves for it. These people will see how everything that's happening is their fault. This can only result in lower self-esteem and a lack of confidence. However, they can also turn the tables around and start pointing fingers at others. They tend to have some trouble with self-criticism, which can manifest itself in various ways. Because of this, they can make people drift further away from them. This doesn't help their introverted self because they're already locking themselves up in their own minds. What this dark side brings with it is this weird obsession to constantly prove something. They don't think they're ever enough, and that's what they keep telling themselves. Number 3. Getting lost. No, I'm not talking about wandering off the beaten track or anything like that. When an INFP's dark side shows up, it's hard to mentally keep track of them. They withdraw into their own world and try to cower away from the outside one. This personality type believes this is the best-case scenario they could have in order to help heal themselves. However, oftentimes this reaction is known for having an adverse effect. INFPs tend to isolate themselves quite a lot, and that can heavily impact them and their close ones. This dark side of an INFP isn't that visible because, after all, they're introverts. How can they become even more introverted? Number 4. Overthinking. What do you do when you have so much free time and are all by yourself? You overthink, of course. Usually, women tend to do this the most. However, it doesn't have to be. An INFP can sit for hours, contemplating things that still haven't happened. This dark side of INFPs is definitely affecting them and others around them. Overthinking never brought anything good to anybody, right? Overthinkers or INFP personality types may become paralyzed by their concerns, making it difficult to make decisions or take action. Ever heard of analysis paralysis? Depression, anxiety, and other mental health conditions can all be exacerbated by overthinking. This is only one of the dark sides of an INFP that comes through every once in a while. If you're an INFP, please remember that overthinking brings you nothing good. Number 5. Selfishness. Another dark side of an INFP is when they're being selfish, especially towards their loved ones. This could be in the form of not spending time with others and instead retreating into their turtle shells. INFPs are also often viewed as self-absorbed when they don't share their feelings with others. Moreover, it's heartbreaking to find out just how much they can struggle to open up at times. Unfortunately, most of the time, it's their choice to be by themselves. They withdraw from the real world and stay in their safe zone until they need to pop their heads out. This is selfish because they can't be there for others when they're most needed. Sounds like the INFP dark side is a bit self-absorbed again. Number 6. Idealization. This is yet another aspect included in the dark side of an INFP. This personality type tends to idealize everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. From romantic to business relationships, an INFP will fall in love with the idea of it. Unfortunately, this can leave some of their partners feeling rather hurt and insulted. However, this dark side of an INFP doesn't care much about those people's feelings. Instead, they're more worried about the way they envision these relationships. The same goes for work. An INFP can't say that they're happy with doing their job because they're generally not. And they're honest and straightforward with you on this one. On the other hand, they can be a bit too blunt when it comes to something they like. This is uncommon for an introvert, but an INFP will have no problem jumping from one job to another. This specific dark side affects many people surrounding INFPs. Although you wouldn't think that an introvert could possibly affect so many people from different aspects and for different reasons, it's true. However, they're not too bothered about what others feel or have to say. They just want to move on with their life, as if nothing happened. Here, once again, we rewind to that selfishness we mentioned before. The dark side of an INFP doesn't really allow them to be there for other people in times of need. They're best at looking after themselves and making sure that things and people fit their picture-perfect view of how things should be. Number 7. Overanalyzing things. Another dark side of an INFP shows up when they're under stress or feeling pressured lately. They'll happen to overanalyze things, which only makes them even crazier. Introverts like INFPs have a lot of alone time they can spend thinking about every move they took, which can be detrimental to their health. Most of all, they start to distance themselves from other people, leaving them isolated in their own bubble. This can be deterring to some people because it comes off as rather rude. You might think an INFP is ignoring you or something when they're actually just too busy rewinding the scenes in their head. INFPs are thus analytical and insightful. When attempting to make any kind of decision, they spend a lot of time gathering information, calculating the benefits and drawbacks, and attempting to consider every conceivable result of the scenario. That's it for this video. Please feel free to share your experiences in the comments below. Thank you for your time. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to never miss future uploads. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next video for a happier, healthier mind.